we fade in on an abandoned, maybe not abandoned, just empty suburban house in the middle of plain old suburban Boston on a plain old sunny morning. Our three intrepid agents find themselves awake now. On the hard, exposed wooden floorboards of this empty suburban property, heavy shutters drawn, watching a small clockwork child retreat back into the shadows, having supplied a fateful invitation. Kane, Desmond, you regard the clockwork child with likely curiosity. Perhaps one of you is reading through the invitation that you were given quite thoroughly. Agent Bishop, however, the sound of those gears and brass clanking against brass, the ticking, it's too much. And you begin to zone out, and you replay your horrific encounter with the Clockwork Lion over and over again in your head, just staring at the floorboard sat up right now. And that's where we'll begin the session today. You guys want to take it away?
Okay.
Wow, that was definitely the worst thing I've ever done. Bar none. What the fuck was... Sorry, you alright, Kane? Eliza? Everybody alive still?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I just barely scraped out of there. Oh, I thought I was gonna have to drink, just continually pour that potion down my throat.
Yeah, and it never ended, it seems, so that was nice. What's up with the big fucking clown baby Harlequin thing that haunts me in my dreams? That was...
It's
Where'd the homie go as well? Did he just slink off during the play?
I trying to think back on it, like I don't think we're gonna find answers there, Desmond. I think we just need to be glad that we got out there in one piece.
I guess we did.
Yeah.
In significantly better shape than most of the encounters we've had, so...
They didn't
Yeah,
even bother doing a therapy session in there. They just yelled at us.
I mean, yeah, sounds like therapy, as far as I remember it.
Let's see. Kane at this point is probably toppling over because he's got several broken ribs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess, you know what, actually, maybe we just chill here, and...
Yeah, I just...
you
I just need a breather, man.
I'm a bit scuffed. Eliza, did you get hurt?
Currently, Eliza is sitting on the floor with her head covered like on her legs. You don't really remember seeing her sit down, but she seems to be having a pretty bad time at the moment.
You know, I can barely breathe, and that still looks worse than what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, that looks like some sort of panic attack or something. Kane, you're the doctor, right? Can you help? Actually, are you a doctor? I don't think you are.
I mean, yes, I have like a PhD, technically, like through medical school, yes, but
What do you mean technically?
I'm more of a combat medic, meant for like emergency surgeries on like active battlefields. What she's going through right now is a more psychological damage. That's some emotional damage right there, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not a
forgive me, but
that's not an injury of the body. That's an injury of the mind, there, sir. And
I thought you would also be a bit used to that, being a combat medic.
Sir, I can help with shell shock and watching your friend's head get blown off in front of you. I
Yeah,
can't help
that's
with
pretty
clockwork
close.
horrors.
I mean, it's close enough. She almost got her head knocked off. I mean, for real.
Yeah.
You must know more than a dad who likes to hike.
Yeah. I'll give it a try. I have a psychotherapy of 12, so we'll see how this goes.
That is a psychotherapy roll, correct. You can go ahead and try and diagnose what's wrong with Agent Bishop.
Amazing.
Nope. That's a nice nice critical failure of a 99 there, sir.
You're
okay. You
Nice.
kneel down and like cup Agent Bishop's like face just under the chin gently to bring her to eye level, and her pupils are like just the size of saucers, like she's zoned out.
He's got the zoomies right now like a cat.
And you've seen this before, and you're pretty sure you just need to deliver a short, sharp shock to her system to snap her out of it. It'll definitely work. You've done this before. So if you just give her just a quick smack round the face, it'll all be fine. It'll definitely work.
It'll all be fine.
Yeah, you know what?
You
that'll
heard
be
the
fine.
man.
I'll slap the hell out of Eliza. I'll go ahead and slap the shit out of her.
It's not really unarmed combat. I'm just going to say strength times 5. And it's not a contested check because Eliza cannot move at the moment.
Oh, grit your teeth, Eliza.
Can I
Yeah, that's
roll?
a
Eliza
success.
having like a panic attack, PTSD flashback to the time she got smacked in the head is about to get smacked across the face.
Yep.
This is going great.
It'll be yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a success there. That's a 48. That's a good old smack across the
cool.
face.
Disclaimer: try to deal with your mental health in a healthy way, please.
Use some grounding techniques. Those are really good. Not
Anyway,
this.
back to the show.
I'm going to say, because you succeeded, that you're able to control your slap to the level where it's not going to deal like HP's worth of damage, right? It's not a...
No, I'm not trying to give her a concussion.
No.
Again.
I just need her to like
You do, however, clip her chin hard enough that through the fugue state that you've entered, Agent Bishop, your brain detects that as a threat, and you immediately palm strike out to the bridge of the nose of the person directly in front of you. Can you roll unarmed combat, and you roll dodge, please, to not get your nose broken?
dodge. You said
Your
dodge.
nose is getting broken, fool.
Okay.
This is what kills Kane.
I rolled a 31. Can't see that. I rolled a 31.
Yeah, your unarmed combat
yeah,
is like...
I got a
It's
95.
93.
I got a 95. My dodge, which is my dodge is currently 34 right now. So
A 95 is a critical fail.
We just wanted to help.
Love that.
We just wanted to
I
help.
know. This is going so well.
Eliza, can you roll your unarmed combat damage for me, please? As your hand flies out with speed and precision like Kane has never witnessed before, even during active duty, and makes full contact with Corporal Kane's nose, which is now busted open.
3 points of damage?
3 points of damage.
He's lucky.
And your nose is now broken. So you're gonna have a penalty to like senses checks for like your eyes, and you're gonna have a...
In addition to the ribs penalty.
Yep.
Joke's on you. I can fix a broken nose. I can set a broken nose.
The silver lining is that shock did serve to bring Eliza out of her state, although I wouldn't recommend trying that method again in the future. Eliza, you are snapped back to the present state. I purposefully avoided saying that to stop, and you did it anyway. And yeah, you're in the room much as I've described. It's empty, bare floorboards, white walls, a show home by all intents and purposes, like empty, and you can see through kind of the crack between the blinds that you're in like a suburban Boston. There's rows of other similar looking houses, some occupied, most of them occupied. This one is likely for sale.
Okay. So, Eliza, having just broken Kane's nose. Sorry.
Why? Why did either of you do that?
Well, it sounds stupid, but for a second I thought that he was trying to concuss me again.
Again?
Well, I mean, he didn't do it the
Kane
first
concuss you
time.
before?
He didn't do it the first time, but you know, like
You're out of the concussion.
clockwork creature, and then there's somebody slapping you across the face, and I guess my reactions are pretty good, aren't they, Doctor?
Kane is rolling on the floor. Like,
I mean, you really
broken ribs, broken nose. He's still got like the bandages on the side of his head from the previous, just like gouge marks from the last clockwork machine monstrosity that tried to kill him.
You know,
Kane is hanging on by a thread right now, man.
You know when people make that stupid joke in the airports where they're like, "Oh, my fists are weapons"? Well, yeah, mine actually are.
I'm leaving you to the clown next time.
Well, this was a good team building exercise.
I'm not taking any advice from you again, Desmond. Should have just let her sit it there, figure it out herself.
You say advice. I asked if you could help, and you slapped her without saying a word.
What?
Yeah,
It worked, though.
I mean, it did work. Yeah, you're right. You know what? My bad. It worked.
I'm
Are
sorry.
you gonna get up, though?
You know, he looks pretty bad.
I'll see if I can, like, I'll see if Kane is able to set his nose, because that's a first aid check.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that. No problem. If you're successful, I will remove the penalty.
Wow.
And you'll get that
Are you
standard
fucking
sort of
shitting me?
amount back for first aid.
Bryan, please, you can't roll a third critical fail, can you?
No, I got an 81, but that's a failure.
It's still a fail. You're two out of it right now. Like, off of the back of that chase, and God knows how you got here, and then smashed in the face. You two could probably try again in maybe like 30 minutes, an hour. You just need a second to collect yourself.
My existence is pain right now as Kane.
You know what? Maybe we should take a little breather and not wander around too much.
Kane turns to look at you. His nose is slightly crooked. Yeah, just take a deep breath through the nose, right? Out through the mouth.
I am.
And then as he tries to do that, you just hear the horrible whistling sound of like fractured ribs. Like somebody trying to
And
breathe
fractured
with
nose.
fractured ribs and a fractured nose. Just a wheezing sound. Just please.
Desmond is like, this whole entire adventure, he has just only been socked in the face by a security guard. And that's it.
I know.
So, Desmond's doing great. I don't think we have enough time to, like, sleep here. God knows. What time is it, Handler, did you mention?
Looks as if it may be early morning, but there's no clocks or anything outside. Is any of you wearing a watch?
Yeah, Kane would be.
I had my shitty McDonald's watch I mentioned in like the first episode.
Yeah. It's reading approximately 9:15 the morning after you went in to Dorchester House.
Follow-up question. Do we have our shit back? Like our guns and stuff?
You do not, although you are wearing the clothes that you were wearing when you entered Dorchester House.
So we got our clothes back, but not the objects.
Yeah, you're no longer wearing, like, psych ward gowns.
That's cool. Thanks for that.
I wonder where we are. I wonder if Renko is still gonna try to come get us, or if that's a little too much to hope for.
Does anybody want to take a guess as to how long we've been gone? Because I'm pretty sure we went in at like 3 a.m. Or like, when did we pass through? It was so hard to tell.
I don't have my notes.
I literally cannot remember if we went
It was
late at night or at sunset.
We went at sunset.
We went at sunset.
Okay, we never
And
got
it was
to
like-
the late night
yeah.
part of it.
No, we went like right as sunset happened. That's when it shifted.
Okay. So
Yeah.
scratch that then. So
Oh,
it's either
Handler, I'm
been-
gonna pick up the note. By the way, I'm assuming that like the doll had left behind. I'm assuming I've landed right next to it. Oh, what's this?
Or one of you described taking it and reading it last week, although I can't remember which of you it was, but that's already happened, so it's not a problem. You're
Yeah.
aware of what's on it. It is in the handouts section of our chat, if you want to check that.
Yeah, the JC Lynn's at Hotel
Yes.
Broadleben.
Yeah, I provided a full plain text description underneath.
Yeah.
thank you,
So
because that
thank you.
cursive is illegible.
Find JC Lynn's at Hotel Broadleben. Go now. Find the hotel, the labyrinth, the author, his bottle, the city, the lake, its shadow, the battle, then the party, the dance, the girl in blue. No one's singing. Nothing is true except out is through. Love and kisses, Amanda.
Love and kisses.
Love and kisses, Amanda.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
Thanks,
She really
thanks, Amanda.
cares.
Thanks for
She
the
really
invite to a
cares.
nightmare realm.
No, it sounds like we're going to a party.
gonna shoot you, Amanda.
And Corporal Kane, as your eyes go over the last parts of that letter once more, the invitation as such, there is a knock on the front door.
No. Always with this. All right.
Well,
It's
clearly
always
the man
this.
with the prettiest face should be the one to open the door right now. Can you get the door, Desmond?
Oh, okay. I guess I'm the handsomest in the room. I haven't
I
heard
was
that
going
since.
to say something mean, but I'm
Well,
not
seeing
going
that
to
Eliza
because
is
I just
coming
you
back
punched you in the
down from a
face.
mental break, and Kane is broken on the floor.
Yeah. You know,
Desmond is gonna walk over to the door in a very agitated manner and rip it open and just look out. Fucking what?
You see a well-dressed African-American gentleman, blue navy suit, standing on the doorstep, just down the path and parked up in front of the house behind him, is a limousine. And he has his hands clasped like in front of him and gestures out to you with a single hand. You would be... I'm going to guess Mr. Vickleston?
And
Of course. And he reaches into the top of his jacket and pulls out a business card that he presents to you. My name is Mr. Chambers. I work for the representatives of Mr. Wist.
Okay.
We can continue this discussion inside, or if you would like to come with us, we can...
No, I think you should come inside.
Of course. And he steps forward, no hesitation, no problem with that, and enters the empty house. Strolls into the room where you all came to, and there's an open fireplace there that's obviously essentially just a recess in the wall for all intents and purposes at this point. And he goes and stands over in front of it. It's the best place to address all of you. As I was saying to Mr. Vickleston, I represent Mr. Wist, and I understand you've entered a business arrangement. I've been contracted to carry out his end of the bargain and ensure you get the information and the support you need to fulfill yours. Here, and he reaches once more but into the opposite inside pocket at this point and hands you another envelope, and as he does, opens the envelope for you and slides a key out. Everyone looking at the key, and he's holding it quite open in the palm of his hand. There's no sort of subterfuge about it. Let's say everyone can roll an intelligence ×5 check for me. It's an unusual looking key.
Absolutely. Would love to.
If it's not a limousine key, I'm
Intelligence
just gonna
times
blow my
5.
mind, but it's success.
Success for me as well.
too.
This is definitely one of those keys that you would get at a locker at a train station, at one of the big train stations, if you wanted to rent a locker there. This is one of those. It's the number on the key is 616.
Oh.
You Motherfucker. You fucking Sorry, I'm supposed to be professional.
Are we?
Are we going somewhere, or can we like sit down for a minute and not die? We're concentrating very hard on not dying right now.
Of course,
Can I
I can.
gesture to the two bleeding fools next to me?
We can provide assistance if needed. Excuse me, one moment. And he pulls out his phone, and you just see him type a few buttons on his phone, and there's a delay of like 2-3 minutes, and another knock on the door, and he gets up and heads to the front door and comes back with. Now he's holding like a briefcase that he puts down in the center of the room. Mr. Wist has given us specific instructions to give this to you. Your eyes only. I will wait outside in the hall, and once you have explored the contents, I am on standby to assist. And he places it down and steps out of the room.
All of you know exactly as much as me. He just showed up. I assume that, that stupid bullshit Wist was doing where he wouldn't say what he wanted. Yeah, I have a feeling we're about to go do some horrible shit.
He seemed almost possessed.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if we weren't going to summon some sort of demon, Kane, so I think you'll get your wish.
Well, I mean, we've got the key to what? The hotel room we already broke into? Or...
You said it wasn't a hotel key, but rather like a storage.
Looks like a locker key.
Yeah, like a locker key.
It looks like the safety deposit box, or like a locker key at like a train station for a train station. It's like square plastic with like a thick.
Yeah. We've been looking at hotels this entire time. Didn't think that the agents could have stashed their shit somewhere else.
Well, to be fair, room 616 did have evidence about them, so it wasn't a dead lead.
Well, not entirely, but we should check out the letter that Crazy Wist left us.
Yeah, we gotta read or absorb or I don't know, fucking eat whatever's in this briefcase. That guy's insane.
I'll eat it.
How did he call this limousine driver through dimensions to come meet us here? That's actually annoying.
There was also a 15-foot tall clown mannequin trying to kill us. You really think the logistics is going to
scary?
Too much.
That's
we are
scary.
Asking too many questions.
I know.
It is going to end poorly for us.
I'm just saying this guy's an asshole. Like, not just a regular asshole.
Undisputably.
This is third-degree assholery.
Yes,
I would love to open the briefcase, Mark.
Okay. Eliza, you cross the room and you do so. It opens flat. Inside, there is, built into kind of one part of the briefcase, is one of those old school, reel-to-reel tape players with a reel slotted in and ready to play. In the other one is a regular sort of briefcase compartment. There are what appear to be blueprints to a building of some kind, although you'd have to pull it all out to kind of make sense, but this is what you're getting on first glance. There's blueprints to a building of some kind, some other papers, a set of 3 magnetic key cards in there, and several 9mm Berettas with silencers screwed on.
Like we got our hotel room.
I'm so excited. They're so expensive.
First of all, yes, Kane. What do you mean they gave us this silence Beretta? Okay, maybe. Hold on.
In this economy, you don't ask questions. Kane's immediately like grabbing one and
Okay. Do you want to roll your? I'll do firearms for that if you want to inspect the
Yes.
Beretta. Yeah.
Please, handler. I want you to describe in detail these Berettas.
Don't do that to me.
That's a 9 for me, dog.
Hey, Englishman, describe the guns.
Describe the firearms to the Americans. No, as I said, it's a 9mm, pretty standard. It will be like a police issue 9mm Brown. The interesting thing about all three of these is that the serial numbers have all been filed off. These are untraceable.
I need you to stop talking this dirty to me right now.
First of all, you say that, but I do take a quick glance down the barrel. Has the rifling been altered in any way as well? Because that's also traceable.
It would have been. If
it appears to have been from, with the amount of what you've rolled. No, this is not standard 9mm Beretta rifling.
I opened the magazine. Are these subsonic?
This is loot.
Eject the magazine, and yes, they are subsonic rounds.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to everyone who's listening to this that is not me or Bryan.
I don't accept your apology. I have no idea.
I apologize to all the non-American that don't have guns as a hobby.
I will say, mechanically speaking, if you fire these, all the same rolls as a regular handgun roll. As far as essentially anyone in the vicinity, if you're sort of incognito and you open fire with one of these, they're going to get a 20% penalty on their alert roll to hear the shots.
That sounds about
is how that's going to work. And the only people rolling, because it's both, that you've both got suppressors and subsonic rounds, the only people rolling those alert rolls would be, anyone with it, probably anyone within a certain range outside, and that's just dependent on the environment. If it's inside, it will literally just be the people in the same room.
That's why the bathroom is always the best place.
Yeah. Even then, with subsonic, that makes it even quieter because they're traveling below the. Anywho,
they don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, we're gonna stop right there before we get off track.
I'm learning something, so
we have to start a separate podcast.
We're starting another podcast. Anywho, is there anything else in the briefcase? So you mentioned the M9 Berettas, silenced magazines and ammunition and whatnot. Was there anything else?
As I said, the blueprints to what looked like a tall building of some kind, although you'd have to, they're folded up, you'd have to fully unfold them to figure out which building that is. Magnetic key cards, as I mentioned earlier, and a folded sort of flat to the bottom. 3 sets of overalls.
Okay. Are we doing some sort of fucking Nickelodeon style disguise? Are you kidding me? Are we gonna sneaky snitch our way into a building for fucking wits?
I think we're probably going to act like plumbers or something.
Well, okay.
The three of us jacked to shit. Look like the best janitor. All right, sure.
While they're doing that, having that argument, I'm immediately looking over the plans or the blueprints and just trying to figure out what building this actually is.
You open up the blueprints. It's not hard to figure out because they are clearly labelled as the Prudential Building in downtown Boston.
Prudential Building in downtown Boston.
know what that means.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Can I take a look at the overalls as well? See what like.
Yeah, you can you unfold one set of overalls. They are for a fumigation company.
GTA heist. GTA heist.
They're blue. They have names on the front and like name tags on the front, and on the back they are marked Chambers Cleaning Company.
Okay. Can I hook my head outside the door and just see like if they're still out there? The
Yeah,
well-dressed
you
gentleman.
can see it. Yeah. He's just standing in the hallway, like he does see you peek out because he's like looking very intently at the door, like he's obviously just waiting to see if there's any. And he sees you peek your head out. Is everything okay there, Corporal?
Right. Yeah, I just needed to know like if we had any questions, whether or not those would be directed to you, or if this is a need to know basis.
I am unaware of your arrangement with Mr. Wist. I am sure everything you need to know will be in the briefcase. Other than that,
Did
I
he?
am at your disposal to carry out any instructions you wish.
Did he have a time frame for this?
Kane, we still have this tape to watch.
Oh, we do have the tape to watch. Okay.
Yeah,
What
come
up?
back, come back, come back. We're not done.
What are these
Looking at the
fucking key
things yet.
cards for?
Let's
Oh,
just
well, obviously I would close
watch
the door and just be
this
like,
and
"We'll be done
see
in
what
a second."
happens.
Okay,
The
so
the key cards are obviously
That's fine.
for the Prudential building for us to get in.
you close
They're
the
access
door.
cards.
That's fine. Yeah, it's not a just to clarify, it's not like a VHS tape. It's a big reel to reel audio tape player. So when you hit play,
Oh, we still have this tape to
some
listen
sound
to.
is going to
Pardon
play.
me.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Sure.
Click, click. Give us instructions, Devil Man.
Instructions, please.
The reels hum and begin to whir, and that sort of that old school analog hiss kind of fills the room for a few seconds before you hear a very familiar voice.
Good morning, children. I'm glad to see you escaped. All the hairs on your pretty head intact. Congratulations. Now, for your end of the bargain. As you can see, my firm has already delivered the instructions and the equipment that you'll need. The Prudential Centre in downtown Boston. You'll find the disguises and tools of entry you should need to enter at any time after 10 p.m. In the car park, you'll find an unmarked white van. In the back there are bags. The bags have devices that you're to plant in the rooms marked on the blueprints that I've supplied.
And as he's saying this to you, Kane, you glance back over the blueprints and you see, yeah, there are like specific rooms in the Prudential building that have been marked with a red X.
Okay.
You're to set one device in each of these rooms. The duffel bags are numerous and the devices will be many, so the three of you will be having to work in tandem to get this done on time. We've arranged for minimum security, but there will still be a token force on site. How you deal with that is up to you. I've supplied you with one manner of eliminating such distractions. Once you set the devices, I have a man watching on the outside who will trigger them at the appropriate time. You're simply to leave the building. You can take as long as you need to plan for this. But something tells me you shouldn't tarry too long. I don't think your absence from Dorchester House is going to go unnoticed for too long. Dr. Dallin is probably not a happy camper this morning. If you need anything, speak to Mr. Chambers. He's reliable, well-trained, and has many connections. You do this and we are even, and the way to the hotel will become apparent to you. Good luck.
And the tape reels from one to the other and comes to an end as it spins.
And kicks the tape. Asshole!
So
Gah!
we're going to bomb this building, right?
We're committing terrorism right now.
Yes, that is also what I picked up.
If it is a bomb, that would be the nicest thing that Ed Miller Wist has ever done in our interactions. So I'm thinking more along the lines of open up a million portals to this fucking awful place that is simultaneously 17 floors, a mental hospital, probably a hockey rink, or who the fuck knows. So,
Theater. Don't forget the theater.
yeah, there's a theater. Remy's still out there somewhere. Never forget.
If he's still alive.
I tried to go to his grave once, you know. Doesn't seem like he exists anymore. Anyways, we've
If
got
we
some
see
time
him
to
again,
plan.
if he'll still be in his 20s.
Oh, I hate that. Fucking asshole doesn't age. Honestly, quite rude. Do you guys...
Doctors hate him. The night
Right.
floor's secret to never aging.
Sorry, that one got me. Do you guys want to maybe, ask to go to an emergency clinic first thing? Because both of you are really fucked up, and Eliza did punch the hell out of Kane. And we asked him for help, and he handed us a briefcase.
He also mentioned the hotel. Seeing
We
as
also
the note
have to
says,
go to the train station, don't we? To get the... whatever's in this... locker? I mean, I guess we don't have to go there, but there's probably
No.
something useful.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be real.
but
I
we don't really know what the key goes to exactly. There's not exactly a an address marking or anything like that. It just says 616 on there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, basic plan is always you just walk in the front door, and when the secretary looks at you and asks you a question, you just hold up the key, and they'll go, "Oh, of course, my bad," and lead you to where you're supposed to be. Because they do get paid to do that, you know.
Right.
Are any of you good with people?
I mean, about 2 million of them, yeah.
Fair enough. Desmond, would you like to be the face then?
I mean, it has been established prior that I am the handsomest of the group, so I think that's only fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I just need medical treatment.
Yeah, let's go to the emergency clinic.
Yeah.
Let's. We're
Okay.
all lucky not to be dead, but Kane is the luckiest. So.
Yeah, we've got a decent amount of time before
Domestic
we could
terrorism.
even start doing this. Yes, domestic terror. I mean, it's probably going to be all types of terrorism. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, we're all citizens of this country committing an act of terrorism.
Are we, or do we really exist, Kane?
According to Delta Green, that'd be no.
Yeah, I want to sort of bob and weave my way over out the door and turn on over to Mr. Chambers. Do you own a cleaning company?
And he furrows his brow for a second. He's not quite sure what you're...
All right, other cleaning company. Anyways, do you think you could take us to just like the Doc in a Box emergency clinic, so that this
for your
asshole
friend
can get his nose? Yeah, his nose was broke by my other friend. It's
And my ribs.
You know what it's from.
My ribs.
If you step
Your
this
ribs
way,
are also broken.
we've prepared for such an eventuality. And he gestures towards the limo.
Oh.
And hobbles over with the briefcase. Just
Yeah, I guess we just shove him in the limo.
Kane, you don't have to carry that. You have multiple broken bones. Let somebody else carry.
you understand
the
how expensive these Berettas are.
You all walked over to the limo then?
Making sure we collect our things in the briefcase and whatnot. Yes.
Sure. Yeah, I'll assume you've gathered all that up. It's what you need, and you... Yeah, Mr. Chambers escorts you over to the limo, opens up the back door, and then walks to the front and gets in the driver's side. You see inside the limo there is it's a kind of very nice leather interior. Looks like a well-stocked bar. And there is a gentleman in there with a white coat on and medical supplies sitting in the thing. And next to him, another. This guy's kind of broader, squarer. You recognise a military haircut when you see one. Sort of Secret Service-y looking type individual sitting next to him.
Why are there so many of you in this limo?
Just for clarification, this is a big limo. It's not...
Yeah. Like, when you say big, how many seats are we talking?
The night floors are in the limo.
No, so
Infinite.
So Mr. Chambers has gone and sat. He's the driver, and he's gone and sat in front. And in the back of these, two individuals are sitting on seats that sort of face the rear of the vehicle. But that's like a bench that's like 5 wide. And then there's another. It's quite a wide limousine.
Big car. Good morning.
And the doctor kind of looks up at you for a second. The guy in the suit just doesn't react. Just continues staring straight forward. And you can't see. He's got like block sunshades on and you completely opaque. You get no read from him at all. The doctor like looks to all three of you, sees Kane's face, and he's like, okay. And he like opens up the med kit and he starts pulling on like blue surgical gloves and he's like,
There is the ugly duckling. Yeah. obviously I'm just gonna roll in because it's free healthcare.
Please
We're
get
not
it,
used
get in, get in. I don't have all day. We don't have all day. Come on.
Yeah. I'm hopping in.
We do have all day.
He doesn't. The stock is probably expensive as hell, and we getting it for free.
Let's go.
And as
Can we
you
just
sit down
talk
then
about-
in the limo, Kane, the guy in the suit with the like turns his head for the first time. You guys just like images of the Terminator start entering your mind with the way this guy moves, and he kind of turns
That's
to look at
exactly
you.
what I was thinking.
And it's like destination.
Hello?
Pardon?
Where would you like to go?
We wanted to go to get medical treatment, and we're getting that. So I guess right here. You know what? Actually, if you could take us to LFC, that's Louisiana Fried Chicken. I am starving, and the only thing I have had is 17 glizzies.
He hits the divide between him and like Chambers in the front, and like you hear him he leans in, and you just hear him like nearest LFC like that, and then the partition closes again. When the rest of you enter the vehicle, when you choose to do so, the vehicle then begins to move.
So just to get on the same page. So Hotel Broadlow Bin, we've investigated before in the past, and we can't find it anywhere in Boston, as I recall. Correct.
Broad Albin, was it?
Broadalbin.
I think it's Broad Albin.
Broadalbin.
But I do believe that was the one that did not exist, because the
Right.
Hotel Boxer did in fact exist.
The
And we
Boxer
stayed-
did exist, but the Broadalbin was not real.
The Boxer
that's
is
the hotel
the Boxer is where you're currently staying.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
about
just trying
that.
to get all my thoughts in order. Kind of just outside of game is between us players. So we have to try to find. I guess we gotta figure out where this key goes to. That's kind of my first thought. Is I would like to get this done and connect some of the dots before we go possibly commit an act of terrorism against our country. So
Definitely, and against the whole universe or world.
we don't
but
know that
also,
for sure.
Can we get access? Like, Eliza, you don't have your laptop anymore. They
It
took
should
all
still
our
be
shit.
back at the hotel.
Oh,
Well, I
you
mean,
le-
I didn't
oh my
bring it
God,
with
you
me.
left it. Okay,
Yeah,
so we
I
can
left
go
it
to
at
the
the
hotel.
hotel.
Well, at
Might be
least
Yeah,
for
we
that.
can get our things.
I mean,
It's
the-
fine.
Like,
The only
all
thing
of
is,
me and Kane stuff is gone.
you never brought yours. I brought my equipment and whatnot, but you only really brought.
I mean, I carry
I-
a lot of my equipment on me. The only things left at the hotel were like the tranquilizer rifle, maybe my long range radio.
your axe or what was the axe?
Yeah,
or...
I do actually have a forest axe.
Yeah.
In addition to the hatchet, but
But-
the hatchet's
Thing is,
all my equipment, all my shit's gone.
I mean, I brought my handgun with me, so I don't have that anymore. But I just got a new one. I don't really carry all that many things on me when I go investigating. To be honest, most of it stays in cars or hotels.
Oh, wait, hold up. I don't think I did bring my stuff with me because we were just doing the night tour. We were just I only had my handgun on me. All my stuff should be at the hotel still then.
You didn't specify that you took it with you, so yeah. I always assume that you carry
Yeah.
like sidearms with you, all of you. Those what would have got
Yeah.
me sitting, and any like identification you'd have that with
all
you.
of our wallets.
Yep, that all would have been that all would have gone. But anything extra, yeah, that like
No, dude.
the stuff that I specifically say to you, you have to tell me if you're because that's the stuff that's like in the trunks of your vehicles and things like assault rifles and the full tac gear. Like you don't carry that around. You have to specify you're getting that. So you wouldn't have taken that into Dorchester with you. That's correct.
Oh, thank God! I thought I brought that in there. I was like, you know how expensive that gear is. Please. That was like 10 grand.
My God. No, my Kevlar. Oh. It's gone.
Oh yeah, your Kevlar is gone.
And you know what else I was carrying? The written down ritual for banishing demons.
I mean, I feel like we would have remembered that or made a copy of it.
What was it?
It was.
Did we remember it, Bryan?
Did we?
Let's see. Let's find out.
Check the notes.
That's a great
So
question.
I know for sure.
We got
I don't have
we
it.
got the
I
Ars
had the
Goetia.
paperwork. Yep. But I kept that paper on me because I thought we would need it at some point, and I guess I lost a few pounds of salt, which I don't really give a shit about.
Oh, question. Did that book come out with me? The one that I stole from the library, or is it gone? So I was carrying that around.
Yep, you have it.
Oh, sick.
Whoa!
I stole this book from the creepy library.
Oh,
it's in a language I don't read.
Is it a Latin American? Call back to my dumbass.
Call back to an earlier episode.
Josh.
Oh, that was episode 1, wasn't it?
I think so. God, I was so stupid.
Okay.
You know, Wist's may be an ass, but he gives us better healthcare than Delta Green ever did.
Yeah, and
Which is
also
a little disappointing, to be honest.
the guns are also better,
Mm-hmm.
and so is the chauffeuring.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And the instructions, to be honest, because Delta Green kind of just
you know what? It was
puts
really
us in a
clear, wasn't
spot.
it? It was really
Yeah,
fucking
it
clear. You
was.
said, do this.
Do this and then leave. That was the instruction. Delta Green is more like, investigate this and we won't pay for therapy.
Delta Green is more like, congratulations, you have shown up in the middle of Madagascar. I hope you live. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I was just.
I'm not bitter about it though. I swear. Handler, can we get some goddamn LFC, please?
What's the chicken?
Yep, at that point, I'm going to say in the conversation, the limo does indeed pull up to the drive-through, and the windows wound down, and there's like a moment you hear some muffling from the front, and then Chambers is clearly talking to the meat shop in the suit in front of you, who then turns around and he goes, "Order," and
Just
produces like a pen and a notepad and just gives it to you like.
Yeah, all right. Desmond writes basically like whatever the largest size of coffee is here. He gets 6 of them,
Sure.
2 for each of us, and he is just going to get a massive bucket of fried chicken, mac and cheese, and biscuits and honey.
Can I get a large Downton Moo?
That show on BBC.
Yeah.
Downton Moo.
That sounds like milk.
Because I can't say the other soda name brand.
It sounds like milk. Kane is ordering milk.
Sorry. It's the anesthesia.
They take your order. We'll skip to the end. They'll take your order there, and very soon after the food is passed to you guys in the front. I'm gonna let you all get 1 sanity and 1 willpower back as you enjoy something incredibly mundane, the most mundane thing you've had.
The most
For-
American thing we could
A
find.
a crumb of sanity. Thank you, Father. Thank you for the
and
crumb
for
of sanity.
69!
And for entertaining me with that, your ridiculous first course of action, which was to go get fried chicken, which I can appreciate.
I don't know
so.
why you thought anything else would happen.
We're hungry. We've been stuck in an
I need to
asylum
go
for
plan
like a day.
Plan for a
That's my
daring raid
favorite.
on a well-known Boston landmark, but instead I want chicken. Before we do that,
That's my favorite thing to do. Every time I'm playing an RPG, it's like, all right, we're gonna stop and have breakfast. Cause think about it. When was the last time your character ate? Huh? 4 months ago, canonically.
Interestingly enough,
That case, we should have just gone to like
you all
Waffle House.
begin to eat, and Eliza, Desmond, you're fulfilled like any other person would be. You probably missed dinner last night, having been captured by the forces of evil, and you know it's getting on for 9:30, 10 o'clock now, so like breakfast time. Kane, you don't notice any difference. As you begin to eat, you're like, I'm not hungry, and I don't feel any different after I consume this entire meal and all these beverages either.
Because I'm a raging alcoholic.
It's a strange... You've not felt like this before, and you can't put your finger on what it might be. But you do feel as if you probably... You didn't need that meal. Or those drinks.
Interesting. Okay. So the vibe I'm getting from what is like he just okay. Huh. I don't know what to do with that information, to be honest. Because like a person will naturally just feel like hungry or not hungry. Never like I have no need for sustenance.
And you're like an energetic guy that burns a lot of calories and like keeps himself in shape and works out, and you always at the very least get your 3 square. You didn't eat dinner last night and you didn't feel any different, even though it was between 9 and 10 a.m. when you woke up in that place.
Do I notice anything weird about the clock
No.
at all?
No. Nothing else is strange relative to this sensation of, well, lack of. The
I'm assuming
limo
it is-
begins to move again.
Pardon?
And the muscle leans forward once more. Next destination?
Desmond leans into the other two. I mean, the box, you're right. Get the rest of our stuff. Get your database so we can start doing some research on this place.
And
I think that would be a good idea, yep.
I would like to look at. I could have swore I saw something about Hotel Brothel Bin. In one of our old case files.
Yeah.
I think something from the Night Force.
I mean, I can tell you for sure. yes, it's definitely related. I'll remember that.
No, it was mentioned specifically before in the past. Mark Rourke, just for players' knowledge. He was a missing person in 1933. And his last known address was Hotel Broadleben in New York.
And we looked it up and found it didn't
Also
exist.
look, yeah, we also
Yeah.
So we
we looked
assumed
for
it
in
must
New
be
York.
at one of these spooky night locations. It's the night zone.
We might be able to find good old Marky Mark. You.
We've all got insane.
Yeah, Boxer Hotel I think might be the best spot.
Right.
Yeah, I relay that to these fools. Or
By the
Ooh.
way, none of us have phones anymore, right?
big time.
We should probably get some form of communication between the three of us, like a walkie-talkie or something. I mean, I don't really know if we desperately need
I
phones.
have 2 walkie-talkies at the hotel, but not 3.
Not only that, but
We just don't want to be cut off communication from each other, I don't think.
how are we going to be able to find or be able to get phones? We don't have our wallets.
I mean,
we don't have any money.
We're just gonna fucking pay for them, right?
Fair enough.
Seems like he's footing the bill right
It
now.
doesn't. It literally just needs to be able to call. It doesn't need to be some crazy shit. We can just pick it up at
Right.
whatever.
We could literally get burner phones.
Store. Yes. Again.
Payphone.
Another one.
Another one. Yeah, so I guess while we're at the Boxer, we will make a list of the things that we need replaced. And then we can go about getting those things if they're absolutely necessary.
And I have a radio myself, Desmond, so you and Eliza can use it too, and we can just go on the same channel.
Alright. Fair enough.
Yeah.
The limo arrives at the Box Hotel, and as you all step out, the doctor's now treated your wounds there with some pretty specialized gear. I'm gonna say you lose the penalty for the nose and the ribs.
Whoa!
And you'll regain 9 hit points.
The factory reset.
Yeah, almost. I'm almost
Have
back
you
to 4
tried
HP.
turning it off and turning it back on again?
What HP were you at, my dude?
I was at 5.
Ooh,
Out of
Eliza
15.
could have killed him.
When Eliza had hit me, I was at 8 health points.
Wow.
So she quite literally, if she had, what's your unarmed attack roll? Only a D6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any lower than, yeah.
As you,
she quite literally could have killed me.
she could have. And the 3 of you step from the vehicle. The driver window rolls down. Chamber sort of pokes his head out and says, "Your belongings are still inside. We've had people watching the hotel. I think your headquarters has been found as of yet. You have me for one more stop after this. I would recommend relocating from this place. I will wait
Yeah.
here. And he just rolls the window back up again.
Oh,
Thank you, Mr. Chambers.
what time do we need to be at the target site at?
10 p.m.
Anytime
10
after
p.m.
10 p.m.
And
So
anytime
probably
after.
like 10 to 2 is the range. Because they don't mean any time after 10 p.m.
Hmm.
They mean a little while after.
Okay.
But we don't have to go immediately, do we? I don't think
Yeah,
we
it's
have to
like
do this
9:15
today.
a.m. Like by the time you get done with Boxer, it'll probably be around noon. So that's a decent chunk of time to do our research and things like
No,
that.
I mean, I don't even think we have to go today. We just have to go at a time after 10 p.m., right? Yeah, we don't
That's
even have to
true,
go
yeah.
today.
I mean, he did.
He said don't wait around too long.
What does
Basically.
that mean? How long is too long?
I don't know, but I'm assuming
A week?
we have at least
More than 2 days?
At least 2 days is what I'm assuming.
I love making assumptions about domestic terrorism. I say
Can
just
I-
walking into a hotel lobby.
Can I also take a look at the security box key again? It just says like 616 on there. It doesn't say like the brand or the look at all of like like sometimes the keys will print the place's name on there.
Just do intelligence times 5 for me, Kane.
Absolutely, yeah. Do that. That's a 54 for me. That's a success.
You take a look closer to the you're looking real close and you notice kind of, because the handle part of the key is literally just a flat square of plastic, and the spindle part of the key is like is also flat. It's like a flat sort of rectangular shape with the grooves in it of a key. And you look along kind of the top, and you noticed in really tiny, just like markings on the plastic, that Logan INTL Airport.
Okay. That's a huge help there.
Anyone that flew into Boston, that's where they would have landed.
I flew in, but I did not fly in through that
Yeah.
airport. I landed on top of a goddamn building.
Have you said that out loud, by the way, Kane?
Anyone that flew commercially would have flown
I
into
would
London.
have said that out loud. I was like, hey guys, look what I found. We just got a clue.
I mean, it turns out I am actually going to need to get laser eye surgery again, because I could not see that.
The marking is kind of like
I bet.
almost like level with the rest of the plastic. This is an old key, and even then, like,
If I had to bet, I'd say it's from our friend Michael Whitworth.
I don't know, maybe, but it'd be a good place to go check out. All right.
Let's go get our things and think of a new place to run to. Why don't we?
Yeah.
And maybe leave Renko a note.
I think he would know by now.
Probably.
Ranko doesn't need a note.
No,
Probably.
he doesn't need to know.
Ranko will find us if he needs us.
You
And
Go ahead.
We've got what we needed from him.
Oh, I just meant something like fuck off, but okay.
Oh, I mean, if you want to draw like a dick on the inside of a light bulb, I think that would be really funny because Ranko will see that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? That's good.
Exactly.
You
I'm gonna use a little bit of that.
You head up to your rooms, and they're just as you left them, with all of the gear and your case files and everything, and you gather up all your belongings pretty swiftly and vacate, leaving the key with the reception as you check out. Yep.
And leaving several microscopic, very detailed genitalia pictures in very odd places in the room for Ranko to find.
Exactly.
Wonderful. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. And
better.
you check out and you head back into the limo where you get that now very familiar question as to your next destination.
Guess the airport then.
Yeah, I mean to the airport.
Well, we can just take a cab to the airport. We should probably find somewhere else to stay. We don't want to be carrying all this around, right?
I mean, no, but I don't think like I can stay behind and watch the stuff and like try to figure out a rental car while you guys go search the lockbox.
You can all roll intelligence times 5 for tradecraft here, if you like.
For fucking what?
For tradecraft.
Tradecraft?
Mm-hmm. Roll intelligence times 5 for tradecraft. So, sort of.
Have I finally taken a level in artificer?
No, tradecraft would be tricks of the trade in the intelligence game.
I got an 8.
Oh, it's really convenient. I got an 8.
62 under 65.
I got an 8.
Okay.
I got an 89. I got a big fat failure.
It's not a 99 like you rolled before, which is literally the worst number.
The hotel
no,
at
100 is.
Yeah, it is. The hotel at the airport is always a good place to go to ground. There are a high amount of transient stay, like people going through there. If anyone starts questioning as to your whereabouts, like, do you remember XYZ person? The people the people behind the reception desks at like airport hotels in particular see more faces than any hotels anywhere else. So it's often significantly.
An airport hotel?
Yes.
Like it's built into the airport?
Well, most hotels have either an airport on site or most airports, I should say, sorry, have either a hotel on site or like the nearest one that would be like that hotel. And more often than not, they are the best places to go to ground for that reason. There are so many people in and out of there.
Yeah.
People knocking on doors are going to find it harder to find you.
Yeah, I guess in that case, we could just go straight to this lockbox, and then once this dude is split, we get one of those luggage carts, because we have, like, suitcases and shit that's how we got it here in the first place. And we could literally just, like, roll our way across the street to the hotel and book it. Mm-hmm. Book a room, whatever cheapest room, doesn't matter.
Well, we need some money to book a room.
Yeah, that's a great point, and we don't have any IDs either.
We do not.
Which is also required to book a room.
I'm looking towards
Well, I have. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Eliza's gonna like go through her bag and see if she still has their like fake FBI IDs. Cause like
you mean your regular FBI ID?
I mean, I have a real one, but you two have fake ones.
They would have been carrying those on them when they went into the thing, though. All your IDs have been taken.
Yeah, nards.
Okay, never mind.
I have the other option of we could try to persuade them and just Kane blows out the Beretta.
Kane.
Could persuade.
No.
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 It was a joke. It was a joke. I was trying to be
It was
lighthearted.
a
It backfired.
terrible
Didn't
joke.
work.
Wasn't a joke.
Horrible joke.
You really didn't look like you really look like you want an excuse to use that. And
I
that's
mean, we
unsettling.
both do.
Okay.
I mean, this is literally what is on the cover of magazines.
Like, Bruce Willis, come on, like, you know, you
We
know
need
the movie.
to get
You know the
some
movie.
IDs.
He goes, Bruce Willis.
Come on, you know what movie I'm talking about, Desmond. It's like the best Christmas movie of all time.
Oh, Christmas. Oh, of course. Then you're talking about Die Hard.
Yeah, there.
That one's my favorite Christmas movie. My son absolutely hates Die Hard, but I can get him to watch Die Hard 2 every Christmas. Explain that one to me, huh? Greatest
Doesn't like
mystery
the
we've had
first
yet. I guess not.
And
I
when
think
you
the first
say
one's
that,
better than the second one, if you ask me. But
when you say that, the muscle, his like lip twitches a bit. And he's like, even the third one's better than the second one.
He's all-
And then like catches himself
God,
and
yeah,
I think your son needs therapy.
Thank you, Muscles,
Okay.
for your contribution to the Die Hard conversation.
Thank you, Muscles. Thank you.
It was an important conversation.
He's
I
not wrong
understand.
though.
He's not. He's
2
not.
is just dog shit.
It was just bad. It was so bad.
someone insert that he's out of line, but he's
Anywho.
right meme in there.
Editor Mark, hello. Editor Mark?
When you say that, I was about to say it's so funny because you're just saying, "Hey, me, do this later.
I'll put that in there.
Yeah.
Do this for the
I'll
the
make.
podcast
I will
cover
literally.
image for
I will
this.
literally make Anthony Mackie's face pop up in the middle of your corkboard for like 5 seconds, and then come away. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, put it on the corkboard.
That
That's
made-
evidence.
You just see Bruce Willis slowly fade in.
Yeah.
Just
Welcome to the Die Hard segment, Delta Harder.
I have not watched Die Hard, so I'm pretty lost. Don't kill me. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just took like psychic damage.
She's
from
not
that,
American.
man.
You can't get mad.
What do you? Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna say it. You know what?
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
So, we have our things, right?
Yeah.
We
I
do,
think-
but no
You've told-
money or IDs. So
Yes. So, I'm going to lean forward to Muscle since he has stepped forward and taken the initiative, apparently. So, as far as the sort of wits providing and all that, do we have any sort of identification? Because all of that has been stripped from us. Our wallets are gone, as it were.
His brow furrows just for a second, and he's like, "Understood." And he takes his phone out and like hits a few buttons, and then puts it back in. It's been arranged.
All right. Duly appreciate it, Muscles.
There's no reaction to that at all, and you begin to roll towards the airport, which is a little further out because Logan Airport, and as any airport would be, is further out from the city. Eliza,
Hi.
as the city peels by, you kind of gaze out the window, like reminds you of a cinema reel kind of going by in reverse. The city becomes, the suburbs becomes the outskirts until you're on the various highways that head out towards Logan Airport. and you start to leave like the population behind. That there's less and less people on the sidewalk. But as you do, it's never anyone close to the vehicle. It's never anyone that the vehicle rolls directly by. You see glimpses off down the far ends of side streets and in alleys and far behind the vehicle long after you've passed. Marionettes hung from strings that appear to rise and vanish into the air as you peek the way into the clouds and gone. You blink your eyes twice the first time you see it, and it becomes more and more frequent as you get closer and closer to the airport. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
I would love to. I got an 86. Really good. Really good.
It's a fail, right? Okay, hang on.
It is. Oh, you have to use so many
Lose
dice.
4 points of sanity for me.
Alright, great. Guys. Eliza's gonna lean in close to them. Stop looking out the window for a sec. Have you seen the marionettes?
I mean, do you mean like the clown? Because if so, yes.
They're on strings. They're going up.
No, I've yet to see that one.
There's a lot of them.
I saw the Snake Man a couple years back, but that was.
I'm gonna stop looking out the window now. It hurts my brain.
Yeah, that's best. The jester still sort of haunts me.
Now I'm curious now. Kane looks out the window.
Oh, I'm looking out the window too. Goddamn.
I'm just curious. I want to see the marionettes. I want to see people get lifted into the sky.
What you mean?
I
Marionette.
want to see this cursed, like, abhorrent rapture.
You stare Kane out the window, looking wherever you can for these marionettes that Eliza keeps talking about, and you can't see anything, but for a moment the limo itself passes under a tunnel. The outside goes dark enough that you can only see your reflection. The limousine has automatic interior lighting when it enters a dark space, and this comes on, and a single light underneath your face, you can just see your reflection, and you feel strange looking at your own reflection, and it feels like the moment's drawn out. You're acutely aware on a logical level that the moment's drawn out, but it feels like a long time. And there's a blurry figure sat just behind you, beside you, in the limousine, just out of focus. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
Oh yeah, of course. Happily. Let's see.
We shouldn't have looked out the window.
Yeah,
Oh.
guys, after Eliza started raving about the marionettes, you were like, oh,
You said, look, and we did.
I said, have you seen them? Not to look at them.
Well, you see, we're
I got a
stupid
61.
men.
Have you seen
I
the
succeeded.
marionettes? It's not.
Barely.
Go look at the marionettes.
Okay, that's 0 sanity loss for you on a success.
That's boring. Let me re-roll.
But
for
you can
sanity
still
loss again.
you can still see it. I mean, what do you want to do? You want to do anything or?
Wave to it, I dare
It's
you.
whoever's sitting beside you in the limousine. In actuality, let's say, whether it be Eliza or Desmond, because we didn't specify, it's not really important, but whichever one of them is in this reflection, they are not there, it's something else, but it's just out of focus.
I'm gonna keep staring at the reflection, and I'm gonna like reach out and like grab it essentially.
It vanishes, and I'm just gonna roll and see. Yeah, you turn and you're grabbing, like, just your hand is like just covering like Eliza's like left eye. You've just got your hand out, and Eliza's like, what? And you're just kind of nothing forceful, but Eliza, you're
I just
very confused.
Eliza, gets that little like jolt when somebody touches you without you like realizing that they're going to. She's like, Kane, whatever.
ignore me. It's the shadow people. All right. I kind of like
Okay. No, I
keep my
don't want
hand
to
there
break
just
one
slightly
of your
awkwardly,
bones, but
just
I'm
kind
just-
of move it
I will.
slowly
I
back.
will sit on my hands so I don't punch you in the face again.
No, it's not that. It was, well, honestly, probably one of those. But no, there was something in the reflections. Like it had some real like shadow people moment, and yeah, I just wanted to grab it and see what would happen.
So both of
Ah,
you looked out the window and saw some horrible shit.
yes.
It wasn't horrible. I didn't
Desmond,
see
I wouldn't recommend.
I didn't see the marionettes that you were talking about, so I think you're crazy about that. But the shadow people are 100% real.
Desmond just looks at his feet. He stares intently at his laces.
You stare down at your laces, Desmond, as
boy.
the two of them begin to bicker back and forth about which one of their hallucinations was scarier. And you've now made a conceited effort not to gaze out of the window, and you're staring down at the thing, but just in your periphery there's like one of those seatback TVs in this limo, or like this particular TV is kind of like embedded in the drinks bar, and it comes on of its own accord. There's an ad of some kind for a TV show called Captive of the Royal Family. And it sort of, there's a little bit of distortion, and the channel changes. It seems like the channel changes, and there's a scene playing out, and there's two people in a living room, and it looks like a kind of a standard kind of 2-camera sitcom kind of setup. But the thing that you notice in the scene, there's a newspaper on the table that reads, "King claims throne despite family dispute." And much of the text is illegible, but you know how when you read a newspaper column, the first sort of couple of sentences are in a larger font than the rest? You catch your own name listed in that font. Just briefly, but clearly and quickly enough to leave you in absolutely no doubt that that's what you've read. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
I'd love to.
Where am I at? Oh, that's a 62 under 69.
Okay, just one sanity loss from helplessness, please.
Oh. Rip 69. We're now in 68.
Okay. And are you adapted to helplessness yet or no?
Do I mark a tick for that, or?
If you fail a check when I specifically say it's for either violence or helplessness, you then mark one of the boxes next to that. Once
No,
you
that
get
gives me 2 out of 3 then.
All right. So when you get one more, you become adapted to helplessness. You'll take a bunch of penalties kind of all at once, but then after that point, any sanity checks that you have to make where it would be lost due to helplessness, they no longer affect you. So I just wouldn't ask you to roll.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Sooner rather than later, the limousine rounds on Logan Airport, the standard hustle and bustle of the airport. Surrounding the vehicle as the limo pulls up, you all peel out, and once again the driver's window comes down. Mr. Chambers leans out to address you. We'll be keeping an eye nearby, just in case. You're to call my number on the card. He's just motions toward. He points towards you, Desmond, and the business card that he gave you earlier. It's got a mobile number on there, a cell phone number. If you need anything further, up until you've completed the operation, I'm at your disposal.
Question: are we allowed to make these calls in public, or will you give us a phone so we can make them in private?
He stops a minute and he reaches into the glove compartment and he gives you a single burner phone. It's like a flip phone.
I'm going to give that to Desmond.
Desmond takes it and also sort of leans around Eliza, looking at Mr. Chambers. Also, Muscles said he put in a call to get us some replacement IDs because ours got, shall we say, nicked.
We'll have them transported to your hotel room.
Thank you.
Okay, excellent.
Anything else you require?
Nothing for today. Is something we could call you later for, however, is potentially a ride to this place. Our next destination for Mr. Wist.
I can supply you with an appropriate vehicle.
That would be actually even better, thank you.
In the instructions, there was a vehicle for us, although I don't know.
That was after the
Yes.
That's for the end. Okay, I understand.
I'm not walking.
Fair enough. I thought you liked hiking, Desmond.
I love hiking. I would not recommend walking on the interstate.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Or the inner city of Boston.
You'll want something fast and reliable. I will leave it in the parking space of whichever room you procure.
How's
Give him a
everybody's
big thumbs up on the
drivability?
front. I mean, 40? Took me a second to find it.
Eliza's drive is pretty high, by the way. She's good at driving.
Cool.
Drive? 70, yeah. She's good at driving.
Okay.
You know, when I
put my
read
skills in there.
a Delta Green character sheet and I see that the starting average score for drive for a human is 20,
Makes
it
sense.
makes a lot more sense what happens on the road every day on my way to work.
That's
If they've
'cause we-
only got a 20% chance of success.
Pretty much, it's the average person, yeah. No, Chambers makes a note of all of your requests and then winds the window up and peels away. I'm to presume you're going to go look for the locker now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys
I will
want me
be
to
right- I'll be right
stick
back.
with
I
the
need to go
equipment?
grab a computer charger.
Well, I mean, at that, I can tell you that you head into, you find rows and rows of lockers, and you take out the key and insert and turn and open, and we'll be back after the break to see what's inside. We come back to a bustling international airport. It's around 11:30 at this point, as our three mostly intrepid agents find themselves turning the key on a locker situated within the main airport terminal. Whoever it is that's holding the key, you turn and open, swinging the door open. There's a buzz coming from the lock. Some of the components must be electronic, and inside you see a collection of wallets and identifications and things like that, and on closer inspection realise they are your own, that were taken from you at Dorchester House. You account for everything that you've lost, minus the sidearms in question.
Oh.
Unfortunate for you, Desmond.
The one item
L.
in there additional to your various identifications and personal effects is a set of car keys with a tag attached to them. Simply reads number 264, and some papers for a well-known rental car company whose desk you can see within visual distance of where you stand currently. An invoice confirming rental for 30 days. Of a particularly popular muscle car that now sits number 264.
What's the name of this muscle car?
Well, we're not into branding on our we're trying not to, so I can't really say.
Oh no, but I need to know the
We
made
can
up
cut
brand
this
name.
out. We can cut this out. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Give me a Waffalo, huh?
Give me a Waffalo, yeah. These
It's
are Waffalo bowed wings.
No.
yeah, let me think. Hang on.
It's not so easy, is it now?
No. It's a 1967 Maud Fustang.
Thank you.
Oh, I knew it.
That's what I love. Imagining the M logo.
Yeah.
It's a,
Well,
it's a
thank
horse, but it's an F.
No, it's probably not a horse anymore.
It's a Mustang, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a Mustang.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is presumably the car that is our is it a getaway vehicle or just a later access vehicle?
This one is to get to the location.
You'd be willing to bet from, I'm going to say probably personal experience, Desmond, that that's a pretty good getaway car. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
excellent. That's what I thought.
it is. Okay.
That is a pretty sick ride, and I'm very sad that it is almost certainly going to end up stalled out in a ditch somewhere.
Oh, if I'm driving, definitely.
I mean, that's kind of the goal
Mm-hmm.
for the getaway. So,
Exactly.
well, I'm excited to see what color it is.
What's your preference?
Navy blue.
That's classy. That's classy.
Black. No, I wanted it to be lime green, actually. I want it to be a
Oh
hideous,
yeah, actually, I was
obnoxious
thinking like
green.
something awful, like hot pink, lime green together on the car. It's like two-tone.
Oh, you're talking like watermelon tone.
Yeah, exactly.
The watermelon mobile.
Watermelon.
The watermelon
Oh,
cob. What will he
Just
do now?
as noticeable as possible, you know?
handler, does my stun gun get returned to me?
No, there were no weapons inside the. You dare say make an intelligence times 5 roll for me?
Why would I love to? That's gonna be a 20. That's an easy success.
If whoever it was that managed to reclaim your effects, did manage to reclaim your weaponry, the chances are they probably didn't put it. They didn't want to bring weapons into an airport in fear of attracting
reasons,
attention and compromising the drop.
It is. Yeah, it's 2015. That tracks. Fair enough. But we now have a very good getaway car that is going to be able to do a stupid 0 to 60 and get us out of this place, hopefully before whatever horrible thing that we are going to make happens. But
Well,
for the
let's
getting there, we have whatever they're going to provide for us from Mr. Chambers's vast array of companions. It seems he keeps a lot of people in the limo.
Hmm. Well, should we find a room to do some research?
Yeah,
Set up a new spot.
just the cheapest place close to the airport, the airport
Mhm.
hotel, as I have learned about.
Oh, and
Airborne hotel would be nice.
another question. After this, what next?
We go blow up
Don't.
airport.
Okay, airport language, please.
Airport. In my uh I'm just not gonna say anything right now.
Let's talk about it when we
Let's
get to the
go.
hotel.
We'll
Yeah,
talk about this later.
and
It's not that important.
just as a prerequisite, when we get there, we're gonna scour for anything Ranko may have somehow put there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he does it, but there's always bugs in our bedrooms. So we check first.
Are we the bugs?
Shut
Yeah,
up, Kane.
Kane. You strongly remind me of a cockroach.
Oi! I'm a rat at the least. Like, come on.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can mosey our way across the airport in silence, so we refrain from saying anything that will get us immediately detained. Because we apparently struggle with that.
That's fine. Are you heading to collect the vehicle or to book your hotel?
I believe Mr. Chambers said that our original vehicle would be delivered to our parking spot at the hotel.
Mm.
So I believe that's the one we're going to be using first, just the other one is in the car park on the Prudential Center. If I remember the audio recording correctly.
There is a unmarked van in the basement car park that has the devices that you need in the back of it. But he didn't explicitly say that was the getaway vehicle.
Okay, so we have to figure out where this car is then.
The number on there on the key ring is marked with the name of a well-known rental company, and it says slot 267 on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. That's actually the rental company at the airport.
Yeah.
Again, I was thinking one
That's
like
right.
way off nearby in
No.
Boston.
Yeah, so I'm assuming we're just gonna go grab the car.
Yeah, that's an easy pickup then.
You head out of the main terminal over to the huge car park that all of the rental companies they all use it to store their vehicles, and count through the numbers, and we're in row, column number 200, and then you head down 18, 19, 20, 267. Spot a slate grey muscle car, and one of you hits the button for the alarm, and the alarm disables. That's indeed the right vehicle. And as you hit the button, you start to feel some raindrops on your shoulders as the rain begins to fall.
Can I drive the car?
Yeah. I mean, go for it.
I mean,
It's
we are
hard to be able
certainly
to
not
shoot and
taking
drive at the
wheel
same
from
time.
you. Oh yeah, and I'll just sit in the passenger and wait to just slap somebody upside the head, I guess.
Okay.
We do like the GTA animation of where like they rip open the car door, It's aggressive as hell.
We
Get
NPC
in
and
very
car.
slowly.
Yeah, you all get in, and on the dash there's a post-it note. It just says, check the trunk.
Desmond, Kane, one of you want to pop the trunk?
Oh, I'm already out the car. I'm running to the back. Desert Eagle. And I open up the trunk.
You pop the trunk, and indeed, the
okay.
first thing that your eyes hits is that familiar, blocky hand cannon that you've carried around.
Oh, is this for me?
For many years now.
Oh my god, she's okay.
All of the weaponry you took into Dorchester House is in the trunk of this car.
At least we got our things back.
But this Beretta's real nice.
Beretta
sure-
is real nice.
I'm sure Wist
We're
will
just
let
gonna
you
have
keep
to
it.
Start a collection.
Right. I'm sure Wist will let you keep it. And if he doesn't, he might catch a bullet,
I think that's going to be a little bit hard considering that he took them away the first time around.
That's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he did sort of teleport alternate dimension super big guy ambush us?
I'm hearing that we should just burn it down, the
Oh,
psychiatric care.
I did
absolutely.
say
It
that. You're
worked
absolutely
great
right.
on the library. It worked perfectly on the library. I'm sure we could do it again.
Yeah. Eliza, we should probably talk about how a horrific thing came out of the darkness and you and me both started punching it.
That was excellent teamwork. Actually, Desmond, you were having a moment. I actually heard it coming before I saw it, and that's why I tackled you to try to get you out of the way. But I'm
I
not
was having a
stealthy
moment.
enough.
It looked like you were having a moment.
I mean, yeah, I was too after I saw it, but I didn't.
Yes, so why are you blaming me for that? I mean,
No, I'm not. I'm not blaming you for anything. I'm just saying, I was trying to push you out of the way so we didn't have to fight it. But I'm sorry for tackling you for no reason. It just made it more difficult, I think.
well, in the end, it all burned down.
Mm.
And it somehow worked.
Oh,
So the lesson is fire first.
I
Fists later.
actually have a little. I had a thought. Right before I saw the candle in the library, I had a thought. I was like thinking, oh, I wish I had a weapon. I wish I could just burn it. And then I saw the candle. And it was really weird. It kind of felt like it wasn't always there. So.
Desmond just nods at you. Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it sounds. Well, maybe it doesn't sound so crazy, actually. Never mind.
No, it sounds significantly less crazy than everything else you've said in the past 2 minutes, so. I mean, maybe there's something
Fair.
to that. Let's explore
Fair.
that theory. Are you suggesting that maybe in these spaces, at least in the library, we can partially manifest what we need?
In my mind, I guess it's a little similar to like a lucid dream or something. We can probably control some elements of it. I mean, we were able to burn down an entire portion, so that has to count for something. Or at least we were able to set a large fire, you know?
It seemed like my entire vision was on fire in a matter of moments, but
Right.
surely we were in there for, well, Kane, how long did your beatdown therapy and the actual therapy after take?
Just to interject, I'll presume you're all now sitting in the car having this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just having a
Continue.
moment.
Not a problem. Continue.
Okay.
Kane just kind of is like sitting there, silent, thinking back to it. It might have seemed a little bit longer than it actually was, but typically how things go when you're being physically tortured.
Yeah,
So there's that.
I agree.
And then we also got Mr. Wist over here digging up information that was buried underneath mountains and mountains of red tape and shouldn't have been able to been pulled up before in the past, especially since Delta Green was involved.
Yeah, I sort of thought, or was under the impression that Wist didn't have a goddamn thing to his name, and Wild maybe did. But it seems now that Mr. Wist has considerable power outside of a maximum security facility.
Yeah.
So,
DM, quick question. The legal team that the legal team that represented Wist, or the firm that represented him, did we ever learn about them? Because I feel like we heard about them, but I'm like blanking on the name, and I feel like this is important. So
the name of that lawyer group is Keyes, Norris, Ingalls, and Grant.
thank you.
And it can be...
It's King,
The
yeah.
initials can be rearranged to spell King.
And that is the name of the firm that was on the card that Mr. Chambers gave you. That's who Mr. Chambers works for.
Oh, perfect.
Fantastic.
So
fantastic.
it must have something to do with
So
them,
it's
then.
his
His-
law firm trust fund
His law
bullshit,
firm, yeah, trust fund
which
baby
is
money.
probably not a real trust fund. It's some
Oh,
spooky
I
Illuminati shit.
looked them up, and they like don't really exist. I'm pretty sure I did some research on them.
Was that the ghost company funded by one charity donation, or
No, that was
that was the hospital itself?
hospital.
Dorchester House.
That was Dorchester House.
Okay.
Dorchester House is really weird too. Anyway, sorry, long conversation leading to nothing. Also, a quick question mark. Were our phones in the lockbox?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Anything that you had on you, minus your weaponry, was in the lockbox, and your weaponry was in the trunk.
So he gave
of
us
the
all our
car.
stuff.
Yes.
Desmond, since you're not the one driving, and I really want to start driving, can you use a translator app to translate this book that I stole from the weird library? Because I can't read it.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm just really curious.
My wife sent me this app the other day that translates stuff on the fly. She was trying to get me to travel to some stupid Russian resort, and now I can only think of Ranko. Well, not think of Russian, but I'll give it a shot. I open up a nondescript app with no name.
Sure.
Google Translate.
You open up Elgoog, and you search for a translator, and you begin entering just random text, things that appear to be at least full sentences, and there's no known language.
I was thinking as much.
That's sort. Yeah, I was about to say that tracks.
Yeah. Well,
If I lose my
we had to
sanity
try.
enough, I can read it.
Kane?
Yeah. You want to have a look, Kane?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
why don't you try to figure out this code?
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to.
If it's another language, that's what it is. Essentially, you have to crack it like a code.
Yeah. I'd love to take a swing at it.
Maybe there's some pictures or something. We probably don't want to look at those pictures. On second thought, never mind. Probably something horrendous in there.
I want to look at the pictures.
But Kane's crazy, so...
I want to look at the pictures. I want to read the book.
No, there are no pictures in this book. It is just text,
yes.
and it's as gibberish to you as it is to the search engine.
Alright. Which is crazy, because he understands Farsi. And have you ever seen, like... Oh, yeah.
Farsi and Latin American, right?
Farsi and Latin. I know how to read those.
This is what I was thinking of. There you go.
Good ecology. Alright.
So we're in the car.
Yes, I will be driving somewhere.
I did summon a demon to help us read it.
You're driving to, I guess, since this translation thing is a bust, I'm just going to GPS the closest shitty hotel.
Yeah, that takes
Or
you to.
I assume Mr. Chambers has directed and set this up, so I will just follow what he told me to do.
Yeah, and you head to. It's literally just like it's a branch of a chain hotel that's like the nearest one to the airport. That you head there. It's about 10 minutes from where you are. It's pretty much in the immediate vicinity of the airport grounds itself. And yeah, you have no problems booking in and getting yourself a room. Or 3 or 2. How many rooms?
It's one.
Just the one, okay.
Yep. Less to bug
No
check
more
that
of this
way.
bullshit.
Yeah. Less to bug check that way. That's
No problem. And you're wanting to sweep your room for bugs?
yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah, make search checks for me, please.
The average person would think, but how would they have bugs?
25.
There's no way for them to know they'd be here. That's not how this game works. Oh, baby! That's a 2.
I'm not finding anything. I got an 86.
Okay.
I got a 25.
To
I succeeded.
a crit and a pass and a first. That's fine. Yeah, you go over this room and like as you probably surmised when you checked in, and at this point it's just sort of more to make yourself feel better than anything else. But you're close to 100% confident that there's no bugs in here. Seems likely the only person who knows your location at the moment is Mr. Chambers himself.
That'd be very cool. I will still leave a tiny detailed penis for Ranko to find.
Okay.
High
It's
five.
it's
High five,
around 1:30, 2 o'clock by the time this has all happened and you're settled in your room. What is it you wish
Eliza
to do now?
will set up a workstation with laptops, notebooks, and just like all of the evidence that she's compiled so far just open on that one like trash hotel desk. Like
Okay.
With the chair that doesn't turn.
yeah, definitely. Just like a wooden chair. She's everything out. It's like, I have an extra laptop if you all want to sit on the bed. But this one is not cleared. It's just the computer.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take that one, actually.
Okay. There you go. Is there anything you want me to put through the database?
What? I mean, the main thing is what order. I mean,
Yes.
Mr. Wild is a new character, I guess. We could see if he comes up. We could do the prudential building and then get any more information out of that. We could also try to do a deeper dive into the relationships of Wist. We know he was married once. There might be some relations with, I don't know, maybe demons or something. He doesn't look at Eliza when he says that.
Kane is staring fervently at him now.
Eliza,
Demon.
Yes.
when he mentions demons in particular, you get like a weird kind of like a shiver just across the back of your neck, like sort of a sixth sense almost. You know and you don't know how you know, but you know. Downstairs, reception room, on one of those leather couches, sitting watching the news on the TV that's mounted to the wall in the corner. The demon Bune sits. You don't know how you know.
Guys, I don't know how I know this, but I'm 100% sure that there is a demon downstairs. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. What do you want us to do about it?
I don't know. Do we want to go talk to him?
No.
Fair enough. I just meant Kane is
I
kind
absolutely want to talk to. Are you kidding me?
And
Kane, you are not allowed within 50 feet of demons.
you think on this a little more, Eliza, and you think of some of the other names that you read in the Ars Goetia, and you realise that you know where any of those 72 demons will be. Now, you don't know how you know, but if you focus on a name, you can find it.
Okay, out of curiosity, I would love to focus on Citri. Where is she?
You wouldn't.
Oh, that
Where do
smile,
you
Mark.
think-
Don't smile.
Where do you think,
Shut up.
Eliza? Where's my divorce paper at? Where's it at? I need to bring that back.
Yeah, pull that up.
Where's the divorce paper?
DM, what are Handler, what are the mechanics for divorce?
Depends on how you want to pull it off. Officially or unofficially.
He
I
did
don't have the
already
divorce
give
papers.
us
We
a
all
line
got
that
new
Loretta
guns. You've got-
silenced, so.
Yeah, you've got basically the perfect murder weapons in a case. I will point out.
I don't think Eliza's far enough gone for that yet.
Are you sure about that? Because the Desert Eagle was in the trunk.
Oh. I mean, only if you guys help, you know? Not far gone enough to do it alone, but far gone enough to do it with cool people.
I mean, we
She's-
could add that to the queue.
Okay.
You think Citri. She's in Vegas. You close your eyes just for a brief second, and you think of her name, and it comes to you like she's in Vegas. If I went to Vegas, I could probably narrow down a location and find her.
Kane? Good news for your demon summoning thing. I actually know where these demons are. I don't really know how I know or why I know, but if I focus on their names, I know where they are.
And at that point, your phone goes off, Eliza.
Hello?
It's a home phone number. It's a landline. You immediately recognize the Vegas area code.
Ah, she's calling. All right. Hello?
Hello. Yes, I need a name. Go ahead and give me a name.
My name is Claire.
No, honey, I need a name for this to work.
Oh, sorry, I don't. I was just. I'm sorry. This is all really new to me. Oh, are you Citri?
Yes. I need a
Okay.
name.
I'm sorry.
Clock's ticking.
I
I'm a
don't.
busy woman.
I'm sorry. I don't need anything right now. I was just. I don't really know what's happening, but I was thinking of your name, and you called. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
I'll give you one last chance. Name. After that, I'm gone.
What will you do? I'm sorry.
That's not how this works.
Should I give her
We
Kane's
can
name?
hear what she's saying out loud,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Should I give her Kane's name? Like out of character, out of should I give her
You know,
Kane's
you
name?
can't say out of character.
I'm really curious. I'm wondering what Bryan thinks. Yeah? You think I should give her
No,
Kane's?
he's not on the phone. I'm not letting you confer with this one. You make the decision.
Okay, fine. Uh, you know, I'll give her Steven's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. You. There's a pause for a moment. She goes, "Okay, done," and the line goes dead.
What I do?
You muse on Stephen for a little bit, and phone goes off. It is an unknown number, and
Oh,
I'm curious. If I didn't know any better, I would assume unnatural interference here.
why? What's going on?
Well, I don't get the warm and fuzzies often.
Oh,
What have you done?
sorry. Well, I kind of realized that I can sense where demons are. I sensed where Citri was, and then she called me and she kept asking for a name, and so I gave her your name because I just I felt like you could handle it, you know? So that's I
Well,
didn't she wouldn't tell me what she was gonna do. I don't know. You seemed
you
like the best
know,
equipped person for this.
you know what this means, of course.
I do not know what this means, actually. Nobody has told me.
Well, I'm going to have to take you to dinner now, Agent.
Ah, okay.
I'll pick you up at 8 p.m. And the line goes dead. I want you to add Stephen Allsis as a bond equivalent to your charisma rating, please. And
Ladies and gentlemen.
you need to know
Let's
that
go.
all charisma times 5 and skill rolls attempting to win Allsis's favour are now done at a plus 40%.
Eh?
As he is, as is evident by his phone call, enamoured with you.
Whoops.
Congratulations, you just made the devil fall in love with you.
Big W.
Oh, that sounds like a nice folk song right there. A nice little bluegrass
Well,
tune.
Looks like I'm going to need that divorce lawyer. This feels very strange, by the way. I will not be talking to her again, I don't think. I feel kind of bad.
And as you think you're speaking about Citrig again, and you're thinking about her, you can no longer sense where she is.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. It's fine.
The other 71, you could probably, if you're putting this together correctly, and Agent Bishop certainly has the mental capability to do so very quickly.
Oh, the
So
demon detector.
I will not make you roll. You seem to be able to make contact with the demons from the Ars Goetia without the need of the ritual.
But only once each, right? Is what I'm putting together. Oh, I maybe it has a cooldown. I'm going to assume it's only once each. That's what I'm assuming now. Well, I'm going to get some research done now. That was quite the experience. Never done that before.
As a handler, I'm curious, Agent Bishop. All this is a handsome chap. He's quite evidently very rich. He's quite evidently very powerful. Is Agent Bishop interested?
You know what? For the drama, for the interest, sure. Sounds like fun to me.
Okay, noted.
Although it seems like pretty dangerous individual to get invested in, you know, like I'm probably gonna get murdered for this. Yeah.
Okay. With that in mind, it's about 3 p.m. by the time you all get settled. And these phone calls have taken place. Eliza, you've got 5 hours until your big date. What is it you wish to do for the rest of the evening?
I would love to...
That's an open question, obviously, to the entire group. So.
Yeah. I got some things to research.
Can I call my therapist?
I was about to say, we just watched that happen. We at least heard Eliza's side of the conversation. So
She learned her
like
lesson about putting the
T-pose
phone
on
on
the floor.
speaker. By the way, you guys in the background really like revved me up. I was like, let's do it. It was very fun. It was fun for me. It was fun for me. Oh,
Yeah,
I want to do research on the new building that we're supposed to be going to. I'm sorry, I have
That'll be
forgotten
the
name.
Prudential.
Prudential
Yeah.
Center in Boston. We have the blueprints. That doesn't explain what the building is.
Yeah, I'm going
Actually,
to...
It's a skyscraper. It's essentially a bunch of like office building, like offices.
Because
and
it is...
whatnot.
Do a real search.
Yeah, because I'll let you go ahead and do so. If you want to go ahead and Google search IRL, and that is exactly what Eliza would find in game.
I'm
Amazing.
also curious, the people behind it. Like, I would like to do some kind of in-depth check on the people who own the building,
Sure.
or the company who constructed the building. I don't know if we're gonna go into real people. That might be weird. So,
Yeah.
Prudential Center in Boston is owned by a company called Boston Properties. You search for links to the other organizations that you've encountered so far, and they're on them.
okay, so it seems like a normal building.
Yeah, I can see the real map.
Yeah,
That's weird.
actually, it seems normal enough, so maybe we should try to do whatever we're doing with as few casualties as possible, because it really seems like a normal building.
Eliza, can you roll? I'm going to say criminology or military science for me.
Yeah, I'll do criminology, and I rolled a 4.
So crit. With that kind of roll, it occurs to you that if you wanted to do something that might be seen, if you wanted to do something to gain the public's attention, the largest building in downtown Boston would be the place to do it. So you come to the conclusion that there's no connection regarding ownership or the companies that own this thing or anything like that. The reason that this building is the target is solely because it's the largest building in Boston, in the city of Boston.
Whatever Wist is trying to do, he wants to expose it to as many people as possible. And for us, that is directly opposed to what we do. He wants the world to know something that they should not know. Are we prepared to do that?
I'm slightly afraid of what happens when we don't return the favor. Because let's be honest, this we have control over somewhat.
Okay.
But if
But-
Whis wants this done, he can get anybody to do this. And you were talking about making sure that the casualties were left low. Let's be honest here. If Whis guys go in there, no one's walking out alive.
You're right, I'm just saying,
I understand where you're coming from. I don't like it any much more than you do.
you're right, we'd be lucky if it was just a bomb that we were placing.
You're right. We'd be incredibly lucky if it was just a bomb. We'd be incredibly lucky if it was just some act of like economic terrorism or some like private feud between companies, but let's be honest, it's probably not that.
If I can quickly interject there, because you rolled a crit, it's just
Okay.
it occurs to you when he mentions that it would be really lucky if it was just a bomb. Bombing the Prudential Center at night would be almost entirely like you don't understand. Like if it was a bomb,
Yeah.
there's no one in the building apart from the handful of security staff that you have documentation on. There's a security team of around 20 people, 2 on the front desk and the rest that patrol the floors. The information in places like that is always backed up off-site and elsewhere. So it's not like you could destroy anything permanently, information-wise. And there are, as I said, there are no people other than the security staff. So a bomb would be
pointless anyway.
It would, like, maybe like an ideological. If it wasn't like an ideological thing, Al Qaeda, something like that, then okay, you'd see them doing it as an act of aggression towards the United States. But you know, there's nothing like this involved like that involved in this case. So a bomb doesn't make sense.
So what if then these things activate later once
It's
the people
probably,
are back?
well, I was thinking it's probably some kind of like cursed demonology night floors thing that he's trying to expose to a bunch of people. You know, the exact sort of thing we're trying to cover up. Putting that on the largest building in the center of Boston would definitely get so many people involved. We can't even count. This could doom the city. If that's what he wanted.
Why exactly is it us then?
Like I said, it could be
Why has he
anybody.
done this?
Because we owe him a favor.
And clearly so do the dozens of people working for him. Or
Mm.
the people owed by his family, or whatever the fuck trust funds are.
I have a feeling he controls a lot of people. And we are now in that fold.
How about when we get to the site, you look inside and what's inside of those packages that he wants delivered. Simple as that. Get your answers right there. Or if you would prefer, we can speed dial one of our demon friends here and ask them. I'm sure that there's, from what I read from the Ars Goetia, there's about a couple dozen of demons that deal with knowledge.
You're probably right. I'm just... I don't really know about... I mean, there must have been a price for what I did, even if I wasn't privy to it. What's the price of calling another or another to deal with our problems?
Then I guess we will simply have to wait. Wait until nightfall. Till then, seems as though you have a date, ma'am, so I'm sure you don't have any dresses packed for
No, I
Because probably weren't expecting that, so you
don't...
might need to do a little bit of shopping. It'd be rude to show up to a date in psychiatric clothes care.
We have our normal clothes on.
Did we know?
We do. We got our
No.
normal clothes. We're not in the
I
hospital.
don't know why
gowns
I don't know. I was thinking.
He mentioned that about 15 seconds into
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah. I've
Okay.
long week.
It's okay.
Well, even then,
Okay,
still,
I
you're
get it.
probably
You
in
don't
like
like my outfit.
It's not great either way.
It's a workout.
It's just a lot of gray. I don't understand.
That's
Just so much
because
gray.
I'm trying not to be
Says-
noticed, you know? Like, also, I have to run around in this. I can't look nice all the time.
I know, I'm just saying. Get something with some color.
Yeah, why don't you
Maybe
try
like
yellow?
Or violet. That'd be nice. Nice, like, little fuchsia. Perhaps lavender.
Wow, you guys are really supportive of this. Thank you.
I've been
Don't
rooting
really
for a
know what else
divorce.
to do.
Since you met me, right?
Now what? Hmm. We really are a tragic bunch, huh?
We are.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, this building is utterly massive. It's going to probably take us literal hours to clear through all of these buildings and all these millions of little shops and so we're gonna have a long time if we want to mess this up
Here's the
intentionally.
thing is that the locations are marked on what he wants done. And so easiest thing to do is just pull the fire alarm when we go. When we leave. Make sure no one's left in the building.
And then let an entire group of firemen run in?
We'll set it off before they get, or whatever it may be. It's not a bomb.
It's not a bomb. We've covered that. It's worse than a bomb. What if we did the favor for Mr. Wist and then we lit the building on fire? Because technically us doing the favor releases us from our contract, right? So then afterwards we light up the building. Get rid of it. Our contract is just to do his favor. If we do it, and then we destroy the building, it should be...
Let me drop some
He
some
did say
mentality on you,
the
some little bit of knowledge.
devices would trigger on an exit, right?
Mm.
Let me give you a little
it's not
soldier
complete
knowledge.
until we exit.
You do the job that's given to you. Don't ask too many questions, so that way you can go home and sleep well at night.
And both
Okay.
you and I, and probably Desmond, haven't slept well in years.
No, but I'm sleeping a lot better than I could have been. There's a lot of ifs and ands there, so we'll figure out these things when we get there. We don't have the devices in our hands, and trying to figure that out is going to be too much of a pain in the fucking ass, to be honest. Because you don't feel like summoning a demon. Desmond doesn't feel like summoning a demon. I feel like summoning a demon. I'm kind of like, I'm at odds here, so, you know, we're not summoning a demon, clearly. Against
Okay.
my will.
Kane, I promise that it is plan C now. Okay, it's gone up from being plan Z to
was.
being plan C. So, you know, maybe we'll get your demon.
I just want to feel like I'm in a rock and roll song, you know, we can deal with the devil.
I will let you make the deals. I
You had
am
a date with the devil.
Oh. I think they would appreciate that, honestly. I don't think they would be too mad
Yeah.
about that one.
I don't know.
Apparently.
You guys seem like good company.
Depends on your definition of
For
good.
the record, I was so considering giving her one or both of your names, and I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, that would have been.
That would have been so awkward.
I was going to say it would have been weird, but apparently
Yeah.
it's not weird, and it's just the new normal. Because that guy was like, "I know you did something to me, but okay, sure, why not? I'll take you out." So I can't even
Yeah.
say I'd be mad because I don't think I physically could.
I feel kind of, I kind of feel bad about it.
I think it's hilarious.
It was
Like,
just
what did you think was going to happen
I
when you
don't
called up
know.
the devil
I
of
didn't
lust
even
and
lust
mean
and
seduction
to
love,
call
yeah,
her.
and
right.
love
I
and
didn't
seduction?
even mean to call her. I just wanted to know where she was. I thought that's all that it was, that it would just tell me where they were.
No,
No,
And it-
why? Why would it
no.
do that?
I don't know.
Bam.
Well, because it does that for the demon that's downstairs. I
Did
just
we know that
know
for
where
sure?
he is.
Yeah, that's it. You just know where he is, but like you
Right.
didn't focus on him though.
Right.
So you didn't, I don't know, activate his calling card or whatever. You didn't ring him up on his demon cell phone,
I
but you
won't.
certainly speed dialed the demon sleeping with your husband,
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to know. Okay.
and now you know.
Right.
That's how it happened.
And right. Right.
And that divorce is going to go along swimmingly because we have photo evidence.
Are you my lawyer?
We're going about this in a legal way?
Kane, I'm pretty sure his affair has been going on for like 15 years, and I'm still not ready to murder him, okay? I'm angry and hurt. I'm not ready to break into my own house with you two with our silenced weapons, okay? We're not doing that.
According to, well, everybody, we're all strangers that don't know each other. This was a horrible case of like a bad like home invasion gone wrong. And your poor husband got shot in the process of trying to protect
Hey.
you. Oh no.
Kane, please?
Delta Green is an amazing thing when you could want to commit crimes.
Desmond, please don't.
Desmond is sitting there having a flashback to 20 years ago when he met Kane, and he's wondering, why didn't I shoot this bastard in the head when I had the chance?
Kane, listen,
Oh.
we all know how
Yeah.
bad you are at breaking into places, just destroying the door with like, what did you use, like a crowbar or something? That was
I
the
got
least
in there.
stealth.
I
And
got in there.
everyone knew you got in there.
I got in there though. And besides, home invasions aren't supposed to be like peaceful. We're not going in there for tea time. We're going in there to invade your
Kane,
home.
Please
Dang.
do
What
not
if we settled
murder
our
my
debts
husband.
to devils?
Please do not murder
Before-
my ex-husband. Please, okay?
So technically, legally, your husband.
True.
This
Yeah,
isn't
I-
working.
Guys,
I'll-
give the
I'll
money.
serve him the
Like a
divorce
soap
papers
opera I
later.
can't turn off.
If he dies, you get all the money. I'm thinking about you. All right, I got you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Two
that.
winks, and I know the signal.
I appreciate you, Kane. I really do. I'm sorry I make fun of you so often.
With
And
that
he
said,
broke my nose.
and with that said, is there anything else I'm going to say Desmond or Kane want to do in that time period?
Yeah, I'd love to look up this exterminating service, the Chambers Company or whatever the fuck, because it sounds not real as hell.
You don't find any such cleaning company on the
Yeah,
internet, no?
yep, sounds about right. Okay, cool. So we are just fully bluffing our way in. Understandable.
It's like that viral video of where like people just walk in with a ladder,
Mhm.
and they can essentially get in anywhere. We're doing that.
Basically. Wear a high vis and you can get away with anything. Corporal Kane, is there anything that you want to do?
He would really like to talk to his therapist, but he probably knows that he won't be able to right now.
Got the therapist number?
Yeah, he would on his cell phone. He
You can try and give him a call.
Yeah. Kane's gonna go into the bathroom and be like, "I'm gonna have a talk with my therapist real quick."
I'm gonna roll to see if they pick up. Unfortunately, it rings through to an answer phone.
Fucking George. All right, I'm getting a new therapist.
Is that the message you sent?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, Kane is just kind of tired and like is still recovering from the severe beatings that he just took like in the course of like a 24-hour period. And so at this point, he just doesn't care.
Okay, that's fine, and you can certainly rest for the evening. It would help with HP recovery. Eliza, then I guess the pressing question is: does Agent Bishop make an effort to look hot for a date or not?
Oh hell yeah! You know what? If I'm going on a date with like demon boyfriend, we gotta go all in. You know.
So, thankfully, you're near an airport with plenty of duty-free shopping, and you head over there and bag. I don't know. You tell me. What does Eliza pick up?
The guy said purple, so she has red hair. Wait a minute. I gotta do some research. Probably I think purple is okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think purple is okay. She'll put her hair up nice. She'll get a purple dress. Just look nice. She wants to look good.
Okay. And 8 p.m. rolls around. All's is sitting in a Porsche 911 out the front of the hotel. You see him pull up. Silver Porsche 911.
Hello. Good to see you. I was wondering if you'd need to know where we were staying, but
I have my means. Please. And he gets up out and opens the door for you.
oh, thank you.
He pulls away, driving away from the airport and into Boston itself.
We're going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to apologize about that. I didn't know what would happen, and your name was really just the first one I thought of, so.
It is quite alright. Citri. Her capabilities, they would not work if there wasn't something there to latch onto. And his eyes are like focused on the road as he tells you this.
All of those years of following me around did something.
His brow furrows for a second, and it's the first time you've ever seen him outwardly appear not 1000% in control of the situation.
Sorry, I'm just teasing. It's okay.
You have to understand, this is getting in the way to a certain extent. Please don't take that the wrong way. And he turns a corner, and after about sort of 30 minutes or so, he pulls up to quite a tall-looking glass building, and walks up to the doorman, who nods as he approaches. And there's lots of other people going through like revolving doors in this place, and you can see on the ground floor there's tables and people eating and things like that. But there's a central glass elevator that goes up, and he gestures inside.
Okay.
After you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He steps in, and you ride the glass elevator to the roof. There are approximately 8 round tables here, small round tables for 2. Each one of them, 7 of them I should say, occupied by couples, and one at the back in the far corner. He gestures towards it, and you both take a seat. The mood is sufficiently set. Allzis certainly knows at least the perfunctory steps.
Well, I can't say I'm not impressed. You did a good job on such short notice.
Thank you. I've accumulated some material wealth in my time. I'm not opposed to sharing it with the right person.
And I'm sorry for inconveniencing you as well.
Please. It may have taken an unnatural force to do so, but I cannot say this is an unpleasant experience.
Well, I'm married to my work, but I'm not devoid of first date conversation and etiquette, so tell me a little bit more about yourself, Stephen.
Make a persuasion check. And that's at plus 40%.
Let's do it. So you said it's at plus 40% on top of what I already have. So I do have a 70 in persuade.
You can't.
So I don't think I'm
fail.
able to fail.
The only way you can fail is if you roll a 100.
Well, I rolled a 45, so I think we're okay.
Yeah.
We're doing fine.
I have been around for a while. If you had taken a photograph of me in the year 1975, I would have looked much the same as I do now. Does this shock you?
Oh, no, I saw some of your old pictures. I did some research.
So did I, Agent Bishop, top of her class at Quantico. FBI recruitment at a alarmingly young age. Quite impressive.
Yeah. One of my dear friends, now my boss, she thought I could do it. And my first case on the job, I end up with Delta Green, so...
And that drew you to me.
Yeah, guess it wasn't all terrible. Although, a good 99... Actually, you know what? I don't mind Kane and Desmond. A good 97% of it is pretty lonely, I guess.
That I can understand. So what draws you to me now?
I don't often find people who have something that I can't immediately understand. I'm pretty good at reading people and pretty good at talking to people, and then you came along, wrote me a letter years ago, showed up in my motel room where I was being held hostage and killed the guy. How could I not be interested?
He leans in a little now across the table and attempts to take your hands in his. Do you let him?
Sure.
And your faces are quite close now. You both leaning in. I exist in tangent with him. I have means, I have knowledge, I have power. What I do not have is any control over these things, nor control over my powerful attraction to you now either. He draws in closer to you now.
Okay. Fair enough.
You're close enough. Your cheeks, your lips are almost touching. And for a second there's conflict behind his eyes. You have a pretty high human score as it is, Agent Bishop.
I do have a high
And this close, you don't need a roll to see something's conflicted. Which is why this cannot be allowed to continue. He is real quick leans back in his seat, pulling a silenced handgun that was clearly taped to the underside of the desk and pointing it at your chest. His hand is shaking, and as he goes to pull the trigger, one of the waiters from off to your left, the tray that he was carrying flips, turns, and knocks the gun as the gun goes off. The waiter turns to you, ripping off a bellboy hat and a coat, and reaching under a tray, throwing you a backpack of sorts and throwing one on himself as you look up into the face of Agent Renko. Now, Eliza, run! We have no time!
Okay. Eliza is going to run.
He grabs you by the hand as every single couple on that rooftop produce automatic weapons from beneath their seats. Can you make a dodge? I'll just say one dodge roll for me as you sprint for the edge of the roof.
Give it a try. Not a chance, Mark. Not a chance. 96.
96. Okay.
Not a chance. I'm gonna die up here.
It's a crit as well.
This is a crit fail. Well, it was a good run, y'all.
Wait, hold up. 96. Is that?
That's a critical fail.
It is it? Oh.
Not a chance. Not dodging any of these bullets.
Well, here's the thing. Does her bonus apply to dodging
his bullets? The people. His
only
staff.
Stevens. This is a crowd full of people opening fire. But you do have. I mean, it's a crowd full of people. Like, they couldn't all. If they all just tried to fire at you, they'd probably hit some of the other people.
Yeah.
And you do have the element of surprise. No one appeared to realise Agent Renko was even there.
Let's go, Renko. Hell yeah.
So I have given you a bonus to that behind the scenes. And
okay. I still failed.
What was your... Yeah, but what was your... Let me see, what is this? That's fine. Right, you take... oh, no, hang on. It's because the way the dice are... These dice are funny if you look at them from the wrong angle. They also rolled a 95. I'm not even kidding. So I'm going to say the two critical fails kind of cancel each other out. And you make it to the edge of the roof.
Eliza trips off the roof.
As Renko's like holding your hand. And he just turns to you. Now jump! And he jumps.
I will.
You pull the cord when I say 3, 2, 1. And can you make? I'm gonna say make an athletics check for me because you're like you're base jumping in downtown Boston, baby.
Let's go.
As
best date Eliza's been on for sure.
Just rattle the roof behind you. You can feel the kinetic energy of the rounds hit the floor where you were standing as you leap off the roof.
Okay. You said athletics?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 31. We're good. I pass.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no problem then. So you pull the cord right when Renko says, and he kind of, as he says 1, he like lets go of your hand and like holds his arms out, so he's going to descend faster than you and puts some space between you, and then you both pull the chutes, and you both kind of, there's a car park across the road from the building, and you both hit the ground. And as you hit the ground, like Renko's already on his feet and he's like rolled through. He rips the thing off and then runs towards you. Quick, into the van! And there's a like a transit van, big panel van that's parked in this car park. It's like there's like 3 vehicles in this car park. And you pile into the van and he screeches away. You're like in the back of the van. You like jump in the side. The van door actually opens, so someone's in the van has opened the door for you, and he gets in the driver's side, and you tear off. You tear away.
Renko, I have a feeling I was in massive trouble. Thank you for coming to get me.
It's no problem. I found out about all this plan. He's not happy.
He could not have been planning this for that long, could he?
He has the capability to do things like this at drop of hat.
I see.
Unfortunately, when the most dangerous man in the world is in love with you and doesn't like that sort of connection, well...
Maybe I should watch my back, then.
It's probably a good idea. Oh, you should say hello to my buddy here. I believe you know him by reputation. Michael? And you turn to see there's like an individual with a shaved head, and you recognise from the file on the previous green team, you are looking into the eyes of one Michael Whitwer.
Michael Whitwer. The time-traveling airport ticket, huh?
He furrows his brows for a second. He's like,
Sorry, old case. I heard saw your name first like 15 years ago.
and this guy kind of stops and he furrows his brow, and then there's like an easy smile, and this guy was like, he screams like corn-fed Idaho captain of the football team, or he probably was
All-American boy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I guess I should thank you and your team. Whatever you did at Dorchester gave me an opening. I found him. He was waiting for you. He picked me up instead. Recognized me.
All right.
He said you were in trouble and you were responsible for breaking me out, so here I am. Paying it back, I guess.
Thank you. I think I might have made a stupid decision. But hey, it's life, I guess. It's nice to meet you.
And you. And he, like, shakes your hand. Renko leaves the city limits at that point. Let me guess. Airport Hotel.
Airport Hotel. We swept the room for bugs right after we were assigned to it because you made us paranoid. We somehow thought you already knew where we were staying.
First time I had no idea where you was in weeks. When I want to go to ground, Airport Hotel.
Airport Hotel.
It's good tradecraft, yeah. And
yeah. Did you see the drawings we left?
Oh, I haven't been to your room yet.
Unfortunate.
I am glad you're in one piece. You have a habit of making powerful enemies very quickly, you guys.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that you liked us. But whatever. We'll get to that point, I'm sure.
Don't sweat. We already there. Just, I don't base jump off of expensive hotel for just anybody.
Thank you again.
And the rest of the ride follows through in relative quiet. The van pulls up and the panel opens, and it goes without saying, but you probably want to relocate.
Yeah. I'm not really looking to get assassinated.
He smiles and reaches into the glove compartment of the truck and throws you a key that's got a huge fob on it, to like and it's a motel that you've seen like on the strip. This area has tons of hotels in it, so it's a motel that you've seen in the strip nearby with a huge fob for room number 6. It's on me, and promise this time no bugs.
Thank you. Renko, I'm not going to slash your tires. Me and my friends had a very serious conversation about it, but you're very nice and you saved my life, so your tires are safe from me.
Yeah, well, just perhaps develop a better taste in men going forward.
It is what I would suggest.
Yeah, I think I'm 2 for 2. Like, my my soon-to-be ex-husband, and the guy who I just got a demon to make fall in love with me tried to murder me. So it's going great, but you know, it's fine.
Well, I mean, I'd offer to take you for drink, but no offense, you're not my type.
That's fine, Renko.
I'll be in touch. Just take it easy, sweetheart.
And the window.
Thank you. Bye, Renko.
And the van peels away.
I'm gonna hop into the hotel room. The others.
And she rolls in. Slightly torn dress. One of the the back straps grazed by you Kane. You recognize it straight away, like when guys have a near hit situation with a bullet and it like grazes their fatigues, and you see that but like on this blue dress.
There's good news and bad news.
Looked like you had a fun night.
So maybe trying to romance a potential demon is a bad thing because he tried to kill me. And also everybody else in the restaurant tried to kill me. And Renko swooped in and we jumped off the building.
Yeah, sure.
Like, with... Oh, also, Michael Whitwer, I met him. He's cool.
Honestly, one of the
that
best.
was my night.
I'm going to fucking bed.
Not yet. We have to relocate.
No. What? Because you now have a super psychotic demon boyfriend.
That's
Ex-boyfriend.
correct.
What do you?
I don't know. It seems like he's still pretty into me. He might try to take me out on another date.
All right.
I think he's just trying to take you out in general.
That's true. Man, Renko was right. I need better taste in men.
Well,
whatever. Anyway, he gave us a new place to stay, so.
oh hell yeah! I love sweeping for bugs.
And we're back to trusting the
He
Russian.
promised there were no bugs. I don't know if I trust him. But...
He said that literally every time.
Let's pack up and head out then.
The 8th time we move our shit from one shitty hotel to another.
That is, I'll say it again, that is tradecraft, ladies and gentlemen, and you do so. Move on over to the motel. You check in, or you've got the key, like the place has already been checked in for you, so you just enter without having to deal with any front desk people, which is probably preferential in this particular situation. And Eliza, you're exhausted, so you will have to rest for the night. It's now like 10 p.m, close to 11 p.m. by the time you get over there. It's late. If you guys want any decent amount of rest, you're gonna have to rest now.
So
Desmond
we
is
rest tonight. We do our thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Eliza just collapses. She's so tired.
You will rest, I believe. Eliza, you've got to make a check to see if you
I
get
do
any
have to make a
willpower back. Yeah.
We get 1 HP back as well.
You get 1 HP normally. Those of you that weren't involved in a rooftop shootout followed by base jumping today can get another 2 back because you didn't do anything other than like mundane activity. You drove.
Good at chicken.
Yeah, you drove around, you ate some chicken, you checked into a room.
Gotta call a therapist.
Okay, no problem. So
He
you
left
get
me.
you get your regular
Good.
amount of willpower back there, 2 for every decent night's sleep. So.
Okay.
As the things that usually plague your healthy sleep are just no match for the sheer exhaustion of having escaped from a mental facility from hell, followed by a ridiculous amount of espionage and a rooftop shootout.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like it would tire anyone out, you know?
Yeah. But before you go to bed, your phone goes off, Eliza.
Again. Okay, what is the number? What is the number?
It's Stephen. And you're just settling into bed, and it's Stephen.
I so want to answer. Mark, what is the likelihood he's gonna track my phone and try to assassinate me?
Make an intelligence ×5 roll.
22.
If you keep the phone call for under 2 minutes, he won't be able to track it.
Cool. Let's do it. Make this quick. I am not letting you track my phone.
Smart as ever. I'm sorry for earlier. I am utterly infatuated with you. Why would one not be? Unfortunately, as I hopefully communicated, that gets in the way of what I need to do. So you must be removed. I am sorry.
So you're really intent on killing me, is what you're saying.
Well, I love you, and so you must die.
Honestly, better you than whatever I have to do tomorrow. So.
Well, there is a part of me that wishes you good luck, and so I will wish you good luck.
Yeah, you know what? If I go crazy, can you kill me? I would actually find that comforting.
Oh, you can count on it. Good night,
Okay.
Agent Bishop.
Good night.
He hangs up.
Well, guess I don't have long for this world. Whatever.
Sleep comes to you all, some more fitful than others. You rest in a proper bed without fear of physical or otherwise unnatural harm for the first time in a while. You awake in the morning to a pounding on your door, and you can hear Renko's voice through the door, and he stands at the window, and he's holding like a tray of, he's got like a box of donuts in one hand and a bunch of coffee in the other one.
I bring goods and also shit news. Please let me in.
Let Renko in.
Renko rushes into the room. Quick, turn on the TV!
Okay.
Switches on the television. It's a news report. The guy in a black suit, blue tie, well-kept newsreader begins to address, or appears to have already begun to address, the audience. As Renko has hit the on switch, coming in kind of halfway through, he's broadcast. Mental patients who are considered dangerous, having violently assaulted multiple staff members at Dorchester House. We go live now to the scene. Catherine, can you tell us what's happening? And the camera cuts to a Asian American woman with a news microphone, and she's like live on the scene. We can identify the 3 agents that have escaped from Dorchester House just 2 nights ago. It's Agent Eliza Bishop, formerly of the FBI, a Corporal Kane Smith, formerly of the United States Army, and a U.S. Park Ranger by the name of Desmond Vickleston. And your 3 mugshots appear on the morning news. None of you recall when these photos would have been taken. Can you all actually make a search roll for me?
I don't think so. I got an 84.
Okay.
Big fat 79.
Okay.
91.
None of us know.
None of you, that's fine. But none of you recall taking that particular photo, although they all look real and they all look very recent.
How recent?
Like they would have been taken maybe 2 nights ago. Reports are that the escaped patients murdered several staff members and other patients on site before escaping in a van. They remain armed and dangerous and at large. And at that point, she turns to her left, and there's this huge, tank of a dude in like a suit with like a shaved head and like sunglasses, and he takes like the sunglasses off. Real eyes just real deep green, just like staring into the camera. And he goes, go live now to DEA Agent Hardcastle. Agent Hardcastle, what can we expect from the man? What's the response? What's the government response? And he goes, not a problem, ma'am. The people at large are to be considered armed, dangerous. Do not approach. If you see these people, contact us at once. The hotline, I believe you will be supplying the hotline at the end of this report. Again, do not approach. They are wanted for multiple homicide. They are considered psychotic and extremely dangerous. The manhunt for them will begin in earnest this morning. It's already began. We will be contacting friends, loved ones. Just be on your guard. And gets back to the report. Thank you, Agent Hardcastle. And back to you in the studio. And like at that point, Renko reaches in and like turns the switch off. And he turns to like you lot.
I would say now we are doubly fucked, no?
And that is where we're going to end our session for the evening. Once again, thank you for tuning in and listening to us and our interpretation of impossible landscapes. And have you seen the yellow sign yet? Good night.